There you go. Interesting. Yeah, what I find really interesting is this concept of range of motion. Sometimes I think to myself and I challenge myself in these thoughts. I go, what if you hypothesize with this? You go, I'm going to cut half of the range of motion off and double the weight I use. Does that hold any water? Does that hold any value? Is there any point in doing that? Or is it just purely a waste of your own time? I'm not saying completely just swap them out like that. I'm just saying as an accessory. Like really high box squats. Really high. Is there any point in that? And if you're completely unbiased with those thoughts, you go to yourself, okay, so what does really heavy weight bring? Well, for one, the weight is on the top of your back, and just simply you walking that out, any range of motion up and down, your core and musculature all around that spinal cord is working overtime. Much more difficult than it would be just to do your normal weights for full range of motion. The pin squat period for me taught me that. Now, I'm not saying that you completely go into pin squats and you never do an ATG squat in your life again. That is a big mistake because of all those points that you and I discussed many times over, which is you lose a range of motion, your muscles tighten, your joints tighten, and when you lose a range of motion, full range, now you're running the risk of injury, joint integrity. You start to load a lot of one side of the joint like quads and not a lot of hamstrings and glutes and adductors, which really activate when you go past that 90-degree bend, parallel and beyond. But just like as an experiment to do it on the side is interesting to me. You know, the powerlifters did a lot of blocks on bench, 1 block, 2 block, 3 blocks. You know, is there any value in that? And especially if you're a beginner, intermediate, should we even bother with that? Is that only for the really extreme cases of performance, the elite, the advanced? I don't know. I sometimes ask myself those questions and I don't really know what the solution is. It just depends. It really depends on everything. If you're struggling on the bench press at the chest level, there's no point doing block presses. But if you're really struggling to lock out, maybe there's something there. Maybe you're missing something. Just interesting, isn't it? All right.